Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, taking a look at some discontinued streaming players from Roku. We'll tell you which ones have been discontinued, their popular models, and what happened to them. Also, Fubo facing a Department of Justice investigation over its merger with Hulu Plus Live in this joint partnership with Disney. We'll tell you what's happening there and how that could derail Fubo's potential plans going forward. And then Cord Cutting 2.0 continues to grow as Comcast and Spectrum and others see their subscribers drop. Some people are seeing their subscribers grow. We'll tell you what's happening there. These stories and a whole lot more coming up in a quick minute. You can find a link to each story I talk about in the show notes and in the first pinned comment. Check them out down below. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button or hit that thumbs up. Doing one or both lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people. Now, with that said, quick update. I'm obviously not in our studio. We are traveling. We were at the big Roku event yesterday. When you're watching this, I'll be back in the studio tomorrow. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much for all your support, kind words, and watching these videos. All right, let's dive into it. So yesterday, Roku announced several new streaming players: the Roku Stick HD and the Roku Stick 4K, $29.99 and $39.99 price point, lowering the price of their stick formats. Now with this though, they're discontinuing the popular Express. These were the old dongle style streaming players that were meant to be stuck on the side of your TV and be their low-end players. Those have been discontinued. Good news though, if you still want them, they're very nice streaming players for the price. Amazon has some great deals on them. They're clearing out pricing, bringing the prices for the 4K down to just $28.99. Even if you have a HD TV, this will still do HD, but spend the extra few dollars. It's a better remote and it's a better streaming player for only about $4 more versus what you would get for the HD. Check it out, link in the show notes. But don't be surprised if you don't see the Roku Express anymore. It's just being replaced by the Roku Stick 4K. So check that out. All right, next up, Fubo is facing a Department of Justice investigation. Now, this came from Puck News, who's been doing a great job keeping an eye on these different things. But according to Puck News, the Department of Justice has launched an investigation into the merger deal between Disney and Fubo. And with this, Disney will take a 70% stake in a new company, and Fubo would take a 30%. And both Fubo and Hulu Plus Live TV will be merged into this new company, be jointly run by the Fubo staff, but Disney would own a majority of the new joint venture. And this is a joint venture. I've seen some people call it Disney buying Fubo, and that's not what's happening here. But no details on it yet. It hasn't happened yet, and now the Department of Justice is investigating this about potential anti-competitive and other concerns. Now, remember, Disney did this deal because they wanted to launch Venue Sports. That was going to be a sports-only live TV streaming service with like 16 channels, all the ESPNs, Fox News, some local ABC, Fox channels, and other content from like Warner Bros. Discovery and more. Well, Fubo sued to stop it, won some preliminary injunctions on this, but eventually agreed to a deal that would allow Venue Sports to launch. In exchange for this, Fubo got hundreds of millions of dollars in investments from Disney, and then Disney would do this joint venture, take its Hulu Plus Live and merge it with Fubo, allowing Fubo to be able to take over control of it and get an infusion of cash from Disney, but Disney would take a 70% share in this new joint venture streaming service. Well, we'll see what happens. Shortly after that was all announced, Venue Sports ended up folding. After other pressure came to bear on it, Venue Sports, the company behind it, folded up and decided not to launch that service. Now ESPN is launching their own service, and Fox is launching a separate service. We'll see what the pricing on those are. Details are still very thin on both. A lot of people wondered why Disney's continuing to move forward with its merger with Venue or with Fubo. Originally, it was exclusively to just get the merger done, or get the Venue streaming service done, and a merger deal kind of cleared the path legally for that to happen. Now it raises questions. Now, I do think there's a lot of competition If you look at it, even if Hulu and Fubo merge, they're still not the largest streaming service. That's YouTube TV when you look at live TV. But it does separate themselves from things like Sling TV, DirecTV Stream, and others. We don't have hard numbers on DirecTV Stream, but it's expected that that would put DirecTV and Sling either third or fourth, depending on who you're talking to. But then there's other ones. You got Philo and Friendly TV. You have also the launch of this new ESPN service and the launch of a service from Fox with it. Plus, Max has a sports tier. If you get the ad-free version, you get the TNT and True TV Sports, for example. So we'll keep a close eye on what's happening here. Very possible that DOJ works out a deal. Often, DOJ is not looking to kill deals as much as they may be trying to put some guardrails on these deals to make sure they're fair to the consumers. Most famously in cord cutting, when Spectrum was able to buy another TV company, they struck a deal with the Department of Justice and others that part of the conditions would be that they would offer unlimited data. They wouldn't put data caps on their internet service for a period of time. That's now expired, but they still have not put data caps on their service. And I think we should look for something like this, if at all, happens from it. All right, let's keep moving along. Cord cutting 2.0. Now, this is the trend of people not just ditching cable television, but ditching also the cable internet for third parties, completely canceling all ties to their cable company with that. Now, a good sign of how that's going in the growth of cord cutting 2.0 is Verizon announced its earnings yesterday, and in it they announced that they added 308,000, 2 days ago from when you're watching this, they added 388,000, that's a lot of subscribers, 5G home internet customers. I bet most of these people came from things like cable TV customers. This comes as in the fourth quarter and pretty much all last year, Comcast and Spectrum lost internet subscribers. As they lose them, things like 5G home internet continues to grow. AT&T also reported its earnings number, and it added a ton of fiber customers, 261,000 customers. You add these both up, and over 500,000 people have switched to fiber and 5G home internet. I bet a lot of them came from cable TV. This comes as people are so upset with their cable TV providers, they want to be 100% free of them, not just of the TV, but of everything, including home internet. We'll keep an eye on this trend, but look for this to be a big move going forward. If Comcast and Spectrum continue to lose internet and television customers, that's a big problem. For years, people just said, well, they're losing TV customers, but they're going to save they got the internet customers, right? Well, not so much anymore now that they have competition. This has caused them to offer cheaper plans, better deals, and more. We just saw that with Comcast rolling out unlimited data to many customers who didn't have it before. Yes, some did, and depending where you live. But also offering price lock guarantees and other deals to try to compete. All right, next story up. Friendly TV's adding a new, very popular channel. Reels is now available through Friendly TV at $7.99 for its base package. That brings the On Patrol Live series, a very popular TV show, one of the most popular ones out there right now. I'll explain why in a minute. But it comes to Friendly TV, helping it stand out and bring what people want to it. Now, On Patrol Live is a live TV series. If you watch me, you know a lot of reasons why people pay for live services is live content, whether that be sports or news. Well, On Patrol Live definitely has to be probably one of the most demanded shows when it comes to live. If you're watching an episode of a scripted show, it doesn't really matter if you watch it today or tomorrow. But On Patrol Live is something live, and a lot of people like to watch it live. That should help Friendly grow. Keep an eye on Friendly TV. There's still a group of people who don't care about sports, who don't care about news, but want access to things like the Hallmark Channel, Reels, and others. Friendly, at its $7.99 starting price, even for its top tier, very affordable. Fraction of the cost of things like Fubo, YouTube TV, DirecTV Stream, and the like. All right, next up. You're watching this on YouTube, but hey, yesterday, from when you're watching it, was the 20th anniversary of YouTube. This very first video ever posted, which has or like something like 50 million, I don't know, a lot of millions of views. Let's click on this. Let me take a look at that. Meet Me at the Zoo was posted to YouTube by one of the co-founders. Now it's 355 million views. There we go. And with this, it's the very first video ever brought to YouTube, long before YouTube was bought by Google and it was an independent site. Well, a lot has changed in the last 20 years, but 20 years ago, this week, YouTube became a reality and created careers like mine that wouldn't have existed without it. All right. Speaking of movies and things that are kind of from the past, are you ready for a movie about Toys R Us? Yes, there is a movie in the works about everybody's favorite childhood toy store. Maybe not yours, but I definitely identify it with my childhood. Well, it's actually kind of a PR push. So the team behind this is actually from Toys R Us, who's trying to get back on its feet after bankruptcy, relaunching there. And according to a report from Variety, the 70-year-old toy retailer is going to be creating this film to try to create some nostalgia around it, help it reboot. It's funny how some of these things fail for a reason, and then our nostalgia maybe makes them better than they were. I'm looking at you, Blockbuster. But looking for this at some point in the future. Details are still thin on release date and all that. It's in the early phases of it all. All right, and last story of the day before I start packing up to head home and get back in the studio for you. Roku's Trivia is back. Now, you know last week I covered that Roku Trivia was briefly removed from the Roku home screen. A lot of people were very upset about it. I got all those emails. Thank you for those tips. Your emails make news stories like this possible. But it's back, and it's better than ever. They added some new features, a few things with it. It's daily, so you get a new set of trivia every single day now. And there's a trivia vault, so you can go into the trivia vault and play older trivia games all about television and other things, which is a great way to do it. So if you love playing trivia, it's a great party game too. You can go in there and not just play today's trivia, but past trivia games. Small update to it, but a nice one, I think, honestly. I know some people have emailed they don't like some of the changes with it, but I do like the fact that they're bringing it more often and allow you to play older versions. But this story came because a reader here contacted us and told us it was back online. Actually, several did. Do me a favor, go over to cordcuttersnews.com if you have any tips. Cordcuttersnews.com, our website. Click on the Contact Us button. If you're on mobile, it's that little 3-line thing, and then Contact Us. And send us an email there. There's a little form you can fill out. That not only goes to me, but it goes to our entire team so that they can see it. If I'm, for example, at a conference in New York, they'll see it when I'm busy in the meeting. Well, that's it for today. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for your support, your kind words. We really do appreciate it. 316,000 subscribers hit this week. Wow. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll be back again tomorrow.